My
Hey,
name is,
Milan.
hello, Mr. Bridges. My name is Juan Fernandez from the Película Puerto Rico. It is a pleasure talking to you about The Old Man. And
Uh,
I mean, it's a wonderful show, but even starting with how deceptive the title is, the fact that nobody, not one of your characters, including yours, is easily labeled, was that part of the enticing of, that you're going to get all sides of this sort of complex character? I
yeah,
wonder if that sort of hooked you in.
yeah. I think that was one of the things, certainly. And I'm not the only old man. We have Joel Gray, who puts me and John. We look like kids.
That is correct. But I mean, uh, was it exciting? For example, one of the things that I truly like about the episodes is that is a series, but each feels like a chapter, and it's a different take on the character. Was that Was that clear from the very moment that they offered you the project? It's not always so, particularly in series.
Yeah, well, when I read the script, I could see that in the writing. John Steinberg, our writer and the showrunner, uh, really makes it unusual. It's like there's something different. There's so much content out these days when you turn on the TV, and it's that tone that you're looking for, something that's surprising but also executed, well enough to really be effective. And this is one of those. I think they've assembled a wonderful team to pull it off.
I think describing your career as eclectic is actually kind of oversimplifying. But even so, I mean, how was it to sort of get to now to finally sort of be in a gritty, dragged out fights that you need to do in this one? So walk me through it. How is it sort of getting to film
Well,
those?
I enjoy doing those kind of things. I've had a few in my career, but I think this one at this late date was my most extravagant fight scene, and I was so fortunate to have these great stunt coordinators, Henry Kingi and Tim Connolly, who were, man. Did you see Atomic Blonde?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they were those guys who did that fight scene. I asked him, I said, "What's the state of the art fight scene?" He said, "Well, I don't want to, brag, but I worked on this one. And oh man, what these guys they study it, to bring out your character, not just throw punches, but and that was very helpful, I thought.
I mean, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but there's a scene where you have dinner with Amy Brenneman's character, and there's this sort of lovely where there's a story, and a story can be told a certain way, and then you can tell it another way. Your character should have discussed like the difference in telling of the story. So I wonder, when you choose the project, does the telling of the story is sort of the thing that pushes over the edge for you every single time? Because I mean, it might be enticing, but if the story is not being told in a detailed
Uh,
way,
uh, yeah, there's different aspects. In this one, the story was almost secondary to this team that was being brought together and how the story was going to be executed. And I was impressed with John Steinberg, and then as they pull the cast in, and the story, was interesting. But there's so many good stories, but it's how it was executed. That's what really brought me to the party.
so another thing that I think you have many hours to sort of explore the one character. I know that on screen you took your Last Picture Show character and you played him again later on, and you were also
Mhm.
able to play Flynn more than once in the Tron films. But I was wondering if there's anybody from your big screen filmography that if you would have the chance to sort of revisit or sort of be a little more with him. Which do you have a character that you kind of want to go back to? Say it again.
I say, you always think about the dude, is the dude, because we're all asked the Coen brothers, are you going to make another one?
I mean, couldn't you see like a series with the dude
Oh,
in a limited series?
I've got, I don't know about that, but I've got, different scenarios in my mind. You can dream, but I don't think the brothers want to do that.
All right, so
I got to work with them again in True Grit, so
mm-hmm.
another, very fulfilling experience with those guys.
No, every time you work with them, we benefit of getting a great film. So the last question, just because of time. I mean, I teach screenwriting, and the one film that I play each semester is the fabulous Baker Boys, which
Oh
and
yeah.
I ran into your brother at an airport once, and I could not stop myself from geeking out and telling him that.
Oh,
So.
Steve Clovis, he was what,
Mhm.
24 when he wrote that thing and directed it. This young kid, man.
Yeah. So what do you? I mean, what do you? Besides how young your first time director was, what do you remember when you think of that one in
Of that
particular?
show. Oh my
Yeah.
God. That was a great experience working with my brother like that. And working with Steve, he was one of my favorite directors. He was so great, and the screenplay, to be that young and to come up with that kind of elegant screenplay, and again, the Michael Ballhaus shot it. The team that was gathered, and it was Michelle, and oh, what a great experience that was.
No, most definitely one of my favorite films. So I gotta go, but since I have you here and we're talking Baker Boys, get on the phone and get Cloves to direct again, please. I know you can make it
I
happen.
even thought about sequels on that too.
I
Yeah.
mean, that would be great, but you just got to get him to
Yeah,
direct
I know,
again.
but you can't feel too sorry for the guy. He
I
wrote
know
his
he's been
life.
busy. He's been busy in a magical place.
Yeah.
All right, sir. Pleasure talking to you. Stay healthy wherever you are. Thank you so much.
Chatting with you.